Hello, retro fans. Well, it's Sunday, and I was a little bit. Let me just mute that. Otherwise, going to hear myself. Yeah, I was a little bit reluctant to start any, let's say, meaningful projects or something like this. And well, to keep at least something retro related in, well, this afternoon I went through my download directory and recognized that I have downloaded quite a lot of new C64 game releases, which I haven't checked yet. And I thought, well, it's probably a good idea just to start up OBS and dig into this topic a little bit and having some leisure time playing some C64 games and actually well, enjoying some chit chat and well, just relaxing. And yeah, I think I have prepared most of the stuff I will go through today as best as possible. And well, I'm sure there will be some hiccups as usual. So let's see what's going to work and what's not. Interesting picture. So it looks like I forgot one scene in OBS where I haven't changed the camera, and that was probably an old picture showing my decreasing volume of hair in and some sort of embarrassing detail level of detail. Anyway, so I think it is going to work, and to have some game sound as well, I will go to use my headphones, and hopefully I'm not going to be disturbed as much by the voice damping I'm going to experience right now. But with the Head headphones from Vector Finders, it is not as disturbing as with other headphones, and they do not have that much sound leakage, so that we're going to record the sound via microphone again. So hopefully this is going to work. And as I said, I have prepared a couple of things, and let's see if this is going to work in a way I have anticipated it. So, and as we can see, I have loaded the very first thing, and this is actually in cartridge image. So let's jump back to the very beginning. How to get into the menu? Here we go. And yep, this is Puzzle Bobble, which is actually a fan sort of remake of the, I think, originally created for the Neo Geo Pocket. So, and yeah, it's available on some other platforms as well. I think there's an SNES release and a couple of other things. I have not digged into that much. And well, there's a CRT image and a D64 image, and as much as I like cartridges, well, let's go for the Puzzle Bubble cartridge release. So let's start with the intro. Oh, we can skip the intro to the trainer menu. Music filter off, run, stop, end game, coin, want to start, SFE, HKU, P1, P2 control. I suppose, I think these are keys. Try any controls to restart after game over. Pedal joy keys supported. Cursor keys, adjust noise pedal. Okay. Press any key at next screen to skip fast load. Trainer level skipper, no. Use joy in port 2 or cursor keys. Okay. Let's see. I'm actually not sure whether I have configured my FPGA set to 8580 or 6581. Oh. That's fantastic. The Neo Geo start sound on the C64. Who has ever imagined to hear this? Very nice. I'm sort of speechless. That's really cool. A lot of high scores. Let's see whether we make it into the list or... Okay, also again. Wasn't it want to? Or insert coins? I'm trying. Function keys? I'm 5. E5. Well, anyway, that's fine. Then perhaps it was key 1 to start a one-player game. Oh. Keypad is working partially. Looks like it needs some cleaning. I haven't used it in years now. This is so cool. Missed it. is that gamepad working so badly? Ah. Damn it. Managed to get some time before all that stuff hits the button. I hope the gamepad is going to improve a little bit over this game session. This is actually a bit annoying. Yes, I survived. Oh, damn it. Yeah, another one. Oh, okay, it's going to be a little bit challenging now. Green. Oh, too low. Missed it. Ah. Get that fit into... Oh! Now it looks really bad. Looks like I'm going to screw up this one. Ah! No way! Oh! 9th position. Game over. Oh. It's just starting again. Let me quickly check what's the actual configuration of my FPGA set. I'm actually not sure if it is running in the mode we want to run it. Nope. This. $85.80, so that's fine. Yeah. Okay. Those are fine. Okay, looks good. Yep. Since my Ultimate 2 Plus USB stick is so messy, I created a new one for this session. And well, let's have another round. It was so funny. Hi Adam, thanks for joining. Rainy afternoon here, so great time to catch up on some games. Yeah, it's still very stormy and rainy here in Germany too. The last days and nights have been pretty stressful, but hopefully it's calming down a little bit now. I had a capture from the original Neo Geo startup sound as my Windows start sound for many years. But by whatsoever reason, Windows 10 is refusing to accept custom start sounds any longer. And I tried to hack this into the system, but it's some sort of, well, reluctant to accept this. So yet another round. Ah, no way. Ah. The graphics are really superb. I'm really blown away to this level of detail I've put in to recreate this game. Ah, too low. Okay. So let's see whether we can make some space here. Oh, it's going to be tight. Missed it. No, I blocked it. Ah, damn it. Oh, damn it. Miles away. Made it. Oh, way off. Oh, we really have to get that right. Yep, made it. Run again. Oh! Oh! Misjudged the color. Again! Damn, they are quite similar, so that's a little bit tricky. Yeah, don't get me too busy. Ah, come on. Green. Ah! That would have saved me. It looks like I'm going to screw up this level. Sort of again. Yep. Ninth position again. I just want to have a look at the manual trainer, whatsoever it was. Whether this supports pedals, because pedal joy keys supported. Adjust noise pedal, cursor keys, adjust noise pedal. Hi 8-bit Flo. Thanks for joining. Wie geht's, wie steht's? Gut? Soweit, ja. Use Joy Import 2 or cursor keys. Let me check whether this is working with pedals. Some adjustments. It is doing so. Ah, yes, it is doing something. Haha! How cool is this? looks my fire button isn't working. Well, it's a bit jumpy. I'm actually not sure whether this is going to improve the gameplay. Especially when the fire button isn't working. Or maybe my hardware is a little bit out of use. See whether we can improve stability. I was able to start the game with the joystick button, but then it looks like it stopped working. Yeah, they come with different names. Mine is called a micro handler. But actually, as you can see, I'm struggling a little bit with the buttons. So actually, I'm not sure if it's going to be helpful for the game. It's rather strange. As the joystick button it is working, okay. Both of them. But then the pedals aren't working anymore. And to wait 5 seconds to release this is a little bit cumbersome. Nope, that's probably not as good as expected, but there's another chance we have. No, that's actually... Now we're going to be very experimental. Just give me a second. Since I'm having the Nunchuck 64 here, we can actually connect a real Nunchuck and set this to analog mode. Hopefully I can remember that this was going to work. So, this is actually working. I can't say that the aiming is much better now, but technically it is cool. And at least the fire button is working. That was a 1 to 5 chance. So I think the gamepad version was working the best so far. But technically it's quite impressive to see playing Puzzle Bobble with a Nunchuck controller. No, I think that's not the best option to play this game. So what if we just go back to mode? This is actually working much better now. Ah, got stuck there. Last one, okay. It's strange just that the fire buttons aren't working, so that's something I may have to investigate a bit. Ah, missed it. Oh, way off. Oh, too low. Ah. So, let's make some space. Now we have a chance to land a black one on top, hopefully. If we get one. Here we go. Oh, I missed it. Ah, sad. Oh, and another one. Let's try again. Ah, too low. Again. Ah. Come on. A million ways to screw up that whole thing. But now, finally. Let's hope that another green one is coming. But that's some, I think that's a different color. It's brownish. I'm going to run out of space quite soon. Another temp. Brown, okay. Green. Oh, too low. Probably not going to work. Ah, no, I messed it up. Oh, again. Here we go. There's no yellow. Green. Brown. Ah, no. Yes, made it. Next one's green, okay. That's a brownish one, I think, yep. Lilac, ah no, that's a different one, okay. So it's really essential to look at the color as well as on the emoji or whatsoever is on this little bubble, because the limited color palette of the C64 makes it a little bit tricky to estimate which colors actually in the queue, so to say. But finally, yeah, I have played this quite a lot on the NES and on the Neo Geo, and so I was sort of excited to see that this is coming to the C64, and I think it took quite a while, so there were some early gameplay videos and oh, missed it. And then the project went into silent mode for a while. But finally, here it is. And yeah, I think it is really very, very nice addition to the C64. Ah, missed it. So, let's see. Green one. No, it got stuck. So, it looks like I'm pretty close to the end of this game again. Well, maybe we can sort of... Ah, nope. Messed it up. Oh no. Oh, boom. Just popped in before work. Oh, you have to go to work today? No, that's sad on a Sunday, isn't it? Game over. Okay, cool. So, use the Nunchuck 64 with the Nunchuck 64 adapter. I haven't done so in years, I think. Then, well, let's move on to the next one. So, puzzle cartridge mode. I think the disk image is going to be probably the same. So let's just go to the next one. And that's Rex. Monday here, 2:30 a.m. Oh, I see. Okay. That's not that much of a good time to go to work either, but well, it's already Monday there, yeah. Now we can switch between music and FX. Keys and joystick, and we can switch the world. So, let's see. So that's actually the Google Chrome offline game ported to the C64. Very cute. Oh, what happened? Now I'm either hit a bird or run into this, is it called a cactus in English as well? I made it! Oh, snake. Okay, have a nice day at work, as much as this is possible. Thanks for joining. Oh, okay. Ah, that's going to be tricky. Okay. There we go. Again! Ah! Game over. What a switch to FX. How's this going to sound? Okay. Well, I think I like this sound, the music mode, a bit more than the FX sound mode. That's a very cool dino sprite. It has pretty short legs for the height of jump it is possible to do. Quite surprisingly. Ah, I see. We got more FX if we have no music, so we get some warning of additional whatever obstacles. Ah, a bit too late. Oh, I hit it. So I think that's indeed a very cute game. I think the only thing it is lagging is some parallax scrolling. That would be a nice addition to this, but well, that's not really a complaint, it's just some... Ah, I hit the bird, okay. Game over. Okay, cool. Rex. T-Rex 64. Very nice. Let's see what we have next. Robot Jack Action. Jet Action. So this is, I think, a little bit older. Somewhere a few months ago or something like this. Very cool and absolutely recognizable Camel Volnikovsky music. Hold fire to fly, do not hit the roof. Okay? Press fire to start. Oh, those graphics are really mind-blowing. Oh, wrong button, okay. Oh, okay. Ah, that's a gap, okay. I see. And we have to pay attention to our jet bar. Ah, I'm not supposed to hit those gray stars, I see. Okay. So this looks indeed a bit challenging. I'm too high for that one, okay. We have to escape from it. Almost. Hi, Nadelholz-Taverne. It's a funny name, isn't it? Thanks for joining and thanks for this very kind comment. Highly appreciate it. Come on. Must be possible. Austria. Greetings to Austria. How's the weather there? Do we have that much storm as we do have here in Germany right now? That grey star again, okay. So much things to pay attention to. Too late. No storm in Austria. Okay. That's some good news. What happened? I hit the roof. Don't hit the roof. Okay. Come on. This is really tricky. Planet plays crazy, yes indeed. But there is no climate change, people say. I have no idea if it is really related, but what was that? It is dropping so fast that it's really hard to break mid-air. I think I found every single option to die in this level. Can't get that. But the music keeps me playing. I'm really sort of drawn into it. I buy 2 C64 best old computers. Okay, congratulations. Good choice, I would say. That can't be so tricky. Come on. Almost made it. It's actually getting a little bit harder to get C64s in good condition. Eventually, I made it to the next level. I was sort of believing I'm not going to make this. Sorry, my English is not so good. Well, mine neither, so no problem. And if you want, you can express yourself in German as well, so that's not a problem. We are open for everyone to join. Yeah, I've seen that, especially the other regions of Germany are affected by the storm quite heavily. Game over. What's that? So here in Saxony we just had some broken trees and some blocked railway tracks and stuff like this, but actually made it through it quite okay so far. But in other regions I've read that they do not have electricity anymore and things like this. Ah, come on. So let's hope that this is going to calm down a bit pretty soon. That was close. Yeah, the music just rocks and the graphics are awesome. This is really a fantastic game. But hard, it is hard. Ah, ran out of chat. Too high. So I think this requires a lot of practice. That's really... And the music just... it really rocks. I'm some sort of a fan of a jammer. Especially, well, his music, so to say, not of him itself, but... and there are a lot of... I think there was a very nice... 20 years of high voltage SID collection compilation disc or something like this, like a jukebox program, and I think that was the very first time I was listening to some music of him, and I was really blown away what he's going to create in terms of digitized speech without using actually Dicky samples or something like this. This is really just some crazy SID, well, tuning or manipulation, so to say, and it's really impressive. So, let's see what else we can do. Just a bit confused whether the music's a bit too loud or not, I'm not sure. Because it looks like I have no filter for the sidechain compression. Let's see if this is going to work a little bit better. No. Why not? Greetings everyone from Germany. I hope you have a nice Sunday. Thanks a lot. Yeah, it's working well so far. Yeah, I think this is going to work a bit better now with the music. I think it was a bit too loud. So, well, let's go on for the next one. I have a question for sound and C64. What's the best dual SID system? 2 ARM SID or 8561 with 8580? What's 8561? I don't know. But, well, to answer this in general, it depends on what you expect for your SID emulation. So actually the ARM2 SID is able to run in 2-SID mode. And personally, I like the sound emulation of the ARM2 SID or the ARM SID, but there are some people who are complaining about certain things, and maybe it's not, well, perfect as most of those emulated SIDs are. And the second option would be the FPGA SID, which is a little bit more costly, but it's able to run in 2-SID mode as well. And this is actually what we are listening to right now. When some music is playing, the FPGA SID is playing on 2 SIDs with one voice muted per SID, and therefore we have some sort of a stereo effect. And I added some small amount of reverb. And the good thing about the FPGA SID is that you do not need a second SID socket, and that's basically the same for the ARM2 SID if you go for the wired version and not the 2-socket version. And well, they are actually quite, well, equal, I would say. Depends on your taste. And the other options are actually just adding a 2-SID or dual SID adapter, like the Mix SID, for example, or SID-FX, and then add your preferred SIDs to it. So, well, it really depends on what you are looking for. So, then let's go for this one. I think that was released around Christmas. And since I own the original game as a cartridge, I was just interested in to see what the free demo is going to offer. So with some sort of shameless self-promoting, if you check the videos on my channel, I have made a lot of videos about dual SID and SID comparison and all that stuff, so you may get some impression by just watching them. And I did some really deep dive comparison, compared the filters and all that stuff, so it's really some sort of a source to get at least a, well, kind of kickstart in terms of SID and SID emulations and all that stuff. And I made, I think, about almost 3 years ago, 2 years, a little bit more, very detailed video about dual SID solutions at all. 6581. Okay, I see. Yeah. So, well, just to answer your question, let's mute this a little bit here. The 6581 is actually the old, so-called old SID, and it has been used for a lot of the games, let's say before 1985, 1986 or something like this. And if you are into the very early years of the C64, I kind of recommend going for something that emulates or well, you can go for the original as well if you want to afford this, to have proper playback for these old games, like for example Flimbo's Quest, very famous. It sounds sort of horrible on the 8580, but if you're more into demo scene stuff, more recent games, more recent demos or something like this, then the 8580 would be the way to go. And therefore it is quite interesting to have some SID replacement like the ARM SID or the FPGA SID or even the Swin SID Ultimate, because you can configure them to act as either this one or the other one, and therefore you are more flexible. And on the FPGA SID, for example, you can create two different settings, or and then you can switch between them, and you can have your set of, let's say, a dual 6581 and a twin/dual 8580, and then you are really free to go and can adapt to whatever you want to do. Okay, then let's have a look at Sam's Journey demo. Which is actually an 8580 SID game as well. Oh, we can even save games, okay. I haven't expected this for a demo version. I haven't played the game for, I think, years. I just remember it was, I think, released somewhere around Christmas or short before the end of the year, and everybody was waiting impatiently that Protovision is just opening the download page for the digital version, and then a couple of people got the email notification with the download link, and it wasn't working, and I was one of those guys as well. So I was sort of deeply disappointed, but fortunately, due to this sort of connections network C64 scene, I was able to get the digital version quite soon to this, and then I was very happy to play it as well. And then later on I have received the physical version as cartridge. I just have to check how the button configuration is working. Consider fix mixing arms at an 6581 together. Yeah, I think you can put whatever you want onto the SIDFX. I just learned that there is there are different versions. So I have an older one, and this was every now and then refusing to work with SID replacements. I thought the new one, I think it's version 1.3 or something like this, is supposed to be able to work with replacements as well. Oh. I mixed up the fire and the jump button, okay. Oh! Finally! Ah. It looks like it's my hit every obstacle day. Woohoo! Finally made it. Ah, I can't go down there. Okay. I hardly remember all that stuff in this game. Yep, no problem. You're very much welcome. Ah. Oh, I lost just my costume, so to say. Just a bit sad. But there's another one, okay, that's fine. The ninja. How was that wall jump working? No, not this way. Ooh, that was close. I'm really bad on this one today. Oh, it is loading. Interesting. I'm not even sure whether I have ever played the disc version. I use mixed board with ARM 2-sit, works great. You can switch between sit versions on left and right channel. Let's see. I still have that FPGA sit on my list. Yeah. So the mixed board is really cool, and I think I've built about, I don't know, 20 or so for different people and projects. And it's still one of my favorite twin sit configuration, whatsoever we want to call this, solutions. And I even ordered PCBs in Asia and got all the parts required to build them by myself, because initially I was ordering them from the original creator by Henning, and he got a bit annoyed because I was ordering them in big chunks. But well, he could figure it out why I'm going to need so many, and then as I said, I went and ordered the PCBs by myself. I think that's the level exit, so let's see if we can get some additional stuff here. Ah, okay. 2 FPGAs, it's too much. Well, it depends. I have actually one setup with 2 FPGAs, and that's indeed some sort of overkill, but well, you can emulate up to 4 SIDs in parallel, and this makes it quite funny to work with. It's a bit costly, and it requires either a board with 2 sockets, or you can get an assembly kit for a 2 FPGA SID adapter from me. I think I do not have the links in my video descriptions any longer, because I'm actually a little bit too busy to build them, but assembly kits, I think I got some assembly kits left for that one. And well, as usual, you can search my channel for FPGAs, and then you will find a video for the adapters as well. And then just drop me a note if you are interested in. So, well, it looks like the normal or standard Sam's Journey version to me. But it's cool to know that there's a free demo version to play. And considering my gaming skills, especially today, it is more than enough to have 3 different levels. Oh, you can hit the Hedgehog as well. Wasn't sure about this. But I think the bees are unkillable. Oh no! I'm not a profound fan of killing animals, but well, for the reason of playing this game. Video preview of OBS is pretty choppy today. It's a bit annoying. That was the baseball Sam. I think he can throw things at certain angles. Hurricane 9, thanks for joining. What do you think about the current C64 V2 SID emulation? I have to admit, I'm not on the most recent firmware. I have seen that there were a couple of updates quite recently, so I really have to check for myself. What I have in mind, or what I can remember, so to say, it is okayish. Oh, I died. But it is not really up to the level of the other SID replacements. But as I said, I really have to check whether they have updated this in the most recent firmwares. So it could be that this has been improved. Oh, missed it. Yeah, the earlier versions, the sound was really a little bit odd, so to say. So that was always a little bit of a disappointment. Oh, that was close. This looks like a dead end to me. Oh! Oh, come on. So, I think that's enough for Sam's journey, since we do not have a limited amount of lives, we can play this forever, but that's not the purpose of this stream today. Let's see what we have in our directory. Sonic the Hedgehog. So for this we need to enable REU emulation. How's the SID emulation on the Ultimate 64 Ultimate 2 Plus? Well, it's getting better, I'd like to say. I'm not a profound fan of the SID emulation from Gideon, and I think it is okay for most of the games you're probably going to play, and it's quite okay for most of the older demos, which aren't using very sophisticated SID effects. But if you're really looking for a very strong 6581 emulation, if you are really kind of a die-hard fan of the filter effects of the older SIDs, then that's probably not the best way to go. I mean, the thing is, there is no just one 6580 sound, because they were available in different revisions and they varied a lot due to production variations, so to say, and therefore it is actually quite hard to find two 6580s that sound the same. And I went through this for some of my stereo SID, twin SID setups, where I was using the 6580 quite a lot, like for my Messiah music setups, and it took me years to find working couples that almost sound the very same. So, but the good thing is that, especially with the newer SID emulations, you are able to adjust or to fine-tune the level of emulation, so the filter level, the filter response, and all that stuff. So, and I think that's actually a little bit of a weak point of the Ultimate and Ultimate SID emulation still, but well, for 8580 it is most of the time quite okay-ish. Cool thing about T64 V2 is many cores now use the C64 keyboard when using in cartridge mode, so keyboard is unusable when using later Amiga cores and so on. Yeah, that's really nice. That was pretty annoying at the beginning, that many cores weren't using the C64 keyboard, and it was a little bit tricky to have a PS2 keyboard around all the time to just run the Amiga games or something like this. And I have a couple of ARM sits, they sound really nice. Yeah, well, I have to admit, I'm sort of a fan of the ARM sits as well. And I'm using this in a lot of my setups as well. And it's really a very nice, let's say, level of quality / price ratio. And yeah, that's really a nice thing. So let's see how we can set up the RUE emulation enabled. 2 MB should be more than sufficient. I think we left everything the same. Oops, what was that? Save changes, yes. Ah, I'm not on the most recent firmware of the Ultimate 2 Plus, so we can't use the D84 image. So let's see how this is going to work. May take quite a while to load the content of those disks into the RUE. I may have switched to Jiffy DOS or something like this. Or maybe it has an own floppy speeder. Let's see. Use fast load or compatible load. Well then, fast load. What was that? There was a short moment where I was reading buggy Ultimate firmware detected. That was funny. Okay. So that's actually the second foreign startup sound we hear today. First one was from the Neo Geo, and now we have Sega. What do you think about the C64, the VIC-220? Yeah, I just have only the Mini. I do not have the bigger version. And well, I can't say that much about it. I've seen that there are a couple of people who are really happy with it. And I think if you are looking for something to use it in combination with HDMI, and if you are not really a die-hard C64 emulation or well, real hardware freak, then that's probably going to be okay, because it is the symbols to use plug-in and go forward version which you can get right now, and you have some sort of a proper keyboard, and it is actually not bad. I have enjoyed the Mini quite a lot. I found it is a very funny device, and I'm still kind of using it every now and then just to throw it to some HDMI device and have a short game or something like this. But well, most of the time I'm using sort of real hardware, which has been kind of, well, a bit fussy because I'm adding so much stuff even to real hardware that it isn't really considered real hardware anymore. And if you're going to use the Ultimate 64, if you're going to use the reloaded boards, then I think we made some way away from real hardware already. But I have both the C64 and the VIC-20. My biggest gripe is one need to add AD for accurate disk emulation. It should have been an option from the menu, in my opinion. Yes, I remember this from the Mini as well, that you had to create this configuration file for many games and add this AD tag to it and to configure the joystick in a proper way. That was some sort of PETA, so to say. And yeah, it's sad to see that they haven't changed this. Load full game into RUE immediately. Yes, let's go for that one. That's surprisingly fast. Okay. I have to do something for my voice. I'm a little bit on the edge today. Let's see if some peppermint is going to fix this. Insert side B and press fire to continue. Okay. What? Not played Sonic yet, have somehow got hooked on using real hardware, so waiting for an affordable RUE replacement to appear. Yeah, I think it is in progress. I'm not spending so much time on the Forum 64 anymore because, well, I'm just busy with any other things, but what I've seen within the last few weeks is that they are working quite hard to build a replacement, and yeah, that's probably going to be a very funny project as well, to rebuild a RUE. And I have to say that I have enjoyed the restoration of Jan Beda quite recently a lot as well. That was a very interesting video as well. So the real thing is still some cool thing to have, but well, I use my C64 V2 for RUE. Yeah, I have to say I was really thinking about doing this for this stream as well, but something was kind of stopping me from doing so, which I can't remember right now what was what was it. But well, yeah, that's probably one way to do it as well. But to be honest, I only play and don't code on the C64, so I ended up using an Android Go Advance. Fun to go for the less than the C64 Mini. Jan Beda had an arms die on him in one of his latest videos. Yes, it was the add as much replacement parts to a C64 board as possible video, which I have watched more or less accidentally. I usually do not have the time to watch all the videos from other creators, but yeah, this one was an interesting one as well. And I have to say I was actually working on on a similar project about, I think, 2 years ago, and I started to add as much replacement parts to a reloaded MK1 board as I was able to found, but kind of got distracted from this one, so it was really nice to see that he is going down this rabbit hole. So let's see if he can play Sega on the C64. The first thing I have to say is that the aspect ratio looks a bit off. And I have to say, I'm absolutely no Sega type of guy, so I'm really not into Sonic at all. So I have actually no idea what I have to do here. I just know that I have to collect some rings, and I have to go to the end of the level by whatever it takes. These are supposed to be checkpoints or something like this, I have no idea. Oh, okay. Can I transform into the ball and remain at this, or? Ah. I did a 60 clone shortboard version A and noticed the Rev B was also available now. Yeah, there are many of those remake boards, and I have some of them in my shelf as well, and I even got some boxes with parts already to build some, but never really found the time and the mood to do so. Yeah. Okay, just can jump out of it. I haven't expected this. All these options are great for the community. Real, emulated, it's all very nice indeed, yes. And I think it makes the whole topic more accessible to people who are not so much into electronics or something like this. And especially for those who are just looking for some, let's say, refreshment of childhood memories or something like this. They just want to play games they have played 30 or 40 years ago. Then all that new devices are really nice as well. You just have to avoid developing the urge to have all that stuff as well, to possess it. Because then it becomes a bit stressy. Oops. Especially if you go to be interested in more than just the C64. Like I have started with the NES more or less recently. Oh, now I died. Okay. And the next thing I get sort of drawn into it is actually the Acorn Electron. And thanks to Adam, I got one, which I still need to repair, but there will be a time I'm going to do this. Ah, okay. If you press down, you transform into a ball and can beat the enemy. Ah, I see. Thanks a lot. Houses needs to be filled with retro stuff. Indeed. Are you running this with an Ultimate 5041? Does the Ultimate support RUE support a function? Yes, I'm actually using the Ultimate 2 Plus, as you can see here, and run this on an emulated RUE, so to say. Oh no, it dropped. But you need to walk first. Okay, I see. Let's see if I can manage this. Sounds pretty complex to me. Ah no, I need to walk first. Okay. Walk. Ah, now we go. And I drop down again. Okay. Probably not the most appropriate place to try this. Oh no! It's not working in water. Thanks a lot for this advice. I assume this looks indeed horrible to one who has played Sonic quite a lot. That again. Game over. Okay. So, I think for the sake of just testing whether it is working or not, this is more than enough. And I'm not going to improve my gameplay that much that this is going to be an enjoyable experience. Let's move on to the next game I have on my collection here as well, and that's going to be Top Hole Golf. And I think that was actually the reason why I was considering using the Turbo Chameleon, because this game runs in turbo mode very well. But let's see if this is going to run in normal C64 speed. I can remember that I've played the demo of this quite a while ago. There are some really great titles made for the C64. Some of my favorites are Zeta Wing and Soul Force. Yes, indeed. I have played Soul Force quite a bit as well. Test the different releases as a digital download version, and I have to admit that I have the physical cartridge version completely unboxed in my shelf, and I was considering whether I'm doing this as a video or as a stream today, but sometimes I really have to go and do this. I was just testing the Gmod version on different cartridges to see whether that is working or not. So, settings. What can we do with settings? Ah, here we can change locations. That's cool. Well, since I have no idea, let's just go for one. Whatever this means, I have no idea. Zero Jane is currently working on Wing 2. Yes, I have seen this on Twitter. And it looks already amazing. And although I'm a Light Force fan, I have to admit I'm not that much into vertical scroller shooter, or whatever you want to shoot them up games. I more or less prefer the horizontal style, and therefore Soul Force is actually my favorite. But well, it looks amazing. It looks almost NES-ish, so to say, and I'm really interested in to see how this is going to develop. So, how can we skip this? I just want to have one player. Ah, okay. So, we have to go back and then here. I see. Now, musical wise, that's probably not going to be the most entertaining game we've played today. But compared to Robot Jet Action, there's probably nothing coming even close to it. Okay, so you have to go over the water. So where do I see what kind of iron I'm using right now? Well, anyway, let's just try how this is going to work. End up in the rough, but at least not in the water. So the level build-up is kind of okayish, I have to say. So it's probably not really required to run this on a turbo system. Oh! Oh, I messed up completely. So let's see if this is going to work a little bit better now. What happened? I missed it or what? Okay. What's wrong? Oh, too early, maybe? Oh, it looks like I'm not able to get out of the rough again. Ah, too late. But, oh well, got on the green or on the fairway. Oh, that was close. So that's not going to be too far by now, but the iron is on the left hand lower corner. That's PV, PW. So we may not over exceed this. I really have to hit the second time a little bit later. I see. So back in the 90s, mid 90s, I think I have played Links on the PC and on the C64, and I have sort of enjoyed those games quite a lot as well. Holy, what? I've never been interested in golf, but I always liked playing leaderboard on C64 and PGA Tour on Amiga. Yes, PGA Tour on Amiga has been an awesome game as well. And yeah, real life golf isn't my big thing either. I have played it a little bit when I spent some time in the US, and that was some sort of enjoyable. But actually, here in Europe, especially in Germany, I'm not that much interested in because it is too. I don't know. It is not just what you do for fun. It is more some socializing, and I don't know. It's actually not my thing, and it's a bit too expensive as well. Oh, miles and miles and miles. It's been ages playing leaderboard back in the day. They offer a bit of relaxed escapism. Yes, indeed, that's right. That's actually my experience as well. That is really very much enjoyable, and I have played the Nintendo Wii Golf in Wii Sports a lot, and we've played this as party game as well, and that was very nice. And hi, long life and prosper to the all Commodorians. Hi Mario, thanks for joining and thanks for the nice greetings. And then I got the Nintendo Golf for the Famicom system, and I was really surprised to see that the Nintendo Wii Golf courses are actually almost the very same like they have used, I don't know, 20, 30 years earlier on the Famicom slash NES system. So let's see whether we can get this ball somewhere close to the hole now. Oh, drifted a bit to the side, but well, not ended up on the other side in the bunker. There's some sort of direction marker or hint or whatever we want to call this. So perhaps with some experience we may able to read in which direction the ball is going to drift off. So let's see if we can make some small adjustments here. Oh, a bit too much as well. But we're getting closer. We have to appreciate this. So, looks pretty straight on. And I made it. Yes. 12 plus. Okay. I think there is some room for improvements. That looks a bit confusing to me, but I assume straight on. So maybe we just go for the half of it and then we go back to the white area. Oh! Okay, a bit short, but probably going to get this. Planet Golf on the C64 is fun too. Well, Planet Golf is just amazing. The intro itself is mind-blowing. I got the cartridge version and I was sort of speechless just seeing this, and playing on the different planets is so much fun. So now we have to get through the trees. Okay. Let's see what's possible here. Too early, I think. Yep, missed it. I'm getting used to the controls. I can't say that I'm going to master the controls, but I think I got some understanding of it. Too late. But well, step by step. I have to press the button at the end. Just have to remember this. So, probably going to be a little bit tricky going through here. That looks good. So, almost there. Oh, not as bad as expected. So we are pretty close, and it looks like we have to play uphill, and the ball will maybe drift a bit aside to the right-hand side. So let's adjust for this, and do not over exceed. Do not over exceed. But the direction was fine. A little bit to the right. Yes, made it. 7. Oh, long way to go. Too late. Oh, heavily on the right side, but close to the fairway. Could have been worse. Oh, some sort in the trees now. Let's see whether we can go through this. And it looks like we got some wind from coming from the left side, so this could be useful to get some sort of a turn into it. Yeah, handicap is going furry. Yeah, that's not masterclass, I have to admit. But well, that was a nice one. Oh, in the rough, a bit too much to the left. So let's see whether we can get it on the green right now. Oh, too short. Okay. So what if... Ah, too late. Bit too late. But... Ah, still not on the green. Okay. That looks quite fine. Ah, but still some way to go. Ooh. Bit too far. Now you have to push really hard to make it. Mm, that wasn't enough. So let's see. Bit to the left. Oh, bit too much maybe. Ah, too much to the left. Okay. So this is actually not going to improve our performance here on this course. Ah, too much. Ah, but it made it. Okay. So I think this is actually not the most entertaining thing we can do today. And I think it's probably going to be the end of the stream as well. Top. Ooh. Fairway. Wow. I bet you could get par on this hole. You got it. Thanks for your motivation. It is really appreciated. But I doubt that my learning curve is that steep. But who knows? So, bit too late again. Too much to the right side. Not too bad. Oh, that's a long distance to go. And we're going uphill as well. Oh yeah. Yeah, too short. So I think par is off now. Boogie, at least we're getting closer. So this is indeed a very nice game to calm down a bit at the end of a day or something like this, or after some stressy whatsoever action. And I really like the graphics, and the speed is reasonably. I think it's really okay, even on a standard system. So it's not really required to run this on a turbo system. And there's a broad variety of courses, and I remember from the demo that there were some courses with animated backgrounds as well, like some electricity windmills and things like this. So it is not as static as it looks like right now. And playing this with a more rough, bit too much to the right. Playing this without the OBS delay is probably going to work much better. Oh, we are really close. If we're going to make this, then we have the par. Is it really going to happen? I highly doubt this, but here we go. So, yeah, David, you was about right. We made a par on this one. Very nice. And yeah, well, think I'm not going to play through all the 18 holes. We are already 2 hours into this live stream, and I think that's really enough for today. Tomorrow's going to be a busy day at work, and then, well, life goes on. And yep, so thanks a lot to all of you for joining, and thanks for your participation, for your activity in the chat. I have really enjoyed this stream a lot, and it was very interesting to go through those releases. Especially this chat robot action has impressed me the most, and yeah, and that's actually what I had in mind when I was considering doing this. And yep, so as usual, thanks for joining, and we'll see how much time I can find for the next things. I still got this Acorn Electron to repair in my shelf, and I have a couple of other projects to work on. But actually I'm a bit busy with a lot of other things, and I may relocate. So I'm going to change my current flat more or less soon if I'm going to decide to do so. So this will take up some time as well, but I will try to be as active as possible, and you can follow me as well on Twitter with some more recent update about some side projects. So then yeah, thanks very much for your comments, and thanks for this companion, so to say, or this company, whatever. And then have a nice remaining day wherever you are, or a nice start of the day, as we have learned at the beginning of the stream. And see you soon for new stuff to come. Bye bye.